resuming our game of chicken with the microphone. And see how this goes. I will switch to the handheld if needed. So what are these stories that are valuable to tell? The story of the gift of the Magi, the story of the Christians and the pagans. I'm going to begin to answer by telling you another story. A friend of mine for a while was the minister at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Buffalo, New York. This church is about 200 years old, and the city has had Unitarian and Universalist churches who actually merged in 1953, well before the national merger, to become this one Unitarian Universalist church. The church has deep roots in both Unitarian Christianity and Universalist Christianity. And it's been the practice there for a long time to have a beautiful Advent and Christmas Eve season in December. So my friend was there leading these worship services, and a group of congregants came to him. And they said, you know, the services we have are really, really special and traditional, and so many people love them, but we've been thinking that maybe the folks in the congregation who are atheist, the folks who are pagan or earth-centered, the folks who really love humanist worship, maybe we could do a little less Christmas and a little more solstice and Yule for those folks. Now, the people who came to my friend the minister were UU Christians in the congregation. And they said these services feed our souls, but we worry about our neighbors in the pews. We want their souls to be fed. And my friend said, what a beautiful request you've come to make. Yes, of course, we can do more solstice, more Yule. We can do things that will feed the souls of as many of us as possible. So the next year, December came, and the worship services were focused on humanist teachings and earth-based wisdom. And another group from the congregation came to my friend and they said, you know, we noticed that you're not doing as much with Advent this year. And we're concerned that there are folks in the congregation who are Christian or who are theist, and we're concerned that they are not getting this thing that feeds their souls every winter. Now, the second group who came to speak to my friend the minister, they were folks who were humanist, who were pagan, who were atheist. Each group came to say, this thing you're doing is wonderful for me, but it's more important to me that my friend over here is getting what they need from our church. Please, can we all figure out how to do this so that we get to enjoy watching others receive what is most meaningful to them? Which I think is one of the beautiful lessons that this time of year offers us through so many of these stories. What is it that we can be moved to give or to open to that is different from us and what touches us most deeply? As Unitarian Universalists, we aspire to be a pluralistic tradition, but that can be hard. Pluralism doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want and I get to do whatever I want and it's all just going to be a free-for-all and it'll be fine. When we do that, we bump into each other because we are members of a community together, because we are in relationship, because we are called to live up to our covenants with one another. Now, there have been times when we have said that the highest values of our faith are freedom, reason, and tolerance. And tolerance, I think, is the one that leads us a little bit astray into this, oh, you just do whatever you want and I'll tolerate it, and I'll just do whatever I want and you'll tolerate it, and it'll be fine. First off, tolerance isn't a very high value to aspire to. If I tolerate you, that means, okay, you go over there and do your thing and don't bother me with it, and I won't stop you from doing it. And you can tolerate me. Maybe you don't like what I'm doing very much, but you can tolerate it. Does that sound like a religious value? Does it sound like a way to be in community with each other? I think the value value we are called to aspire to is acceptance. What you are doing is different than what I am doing, and I accept you. Who you are is different than who I am, and I accept you. I welcome you in. I am in relationship with you. Which is a little bit scary, because when you're in relationship with someone, you may be changed by that relationship. We may be changed by our acceptance of each other. I don't mean that we're going to convert to someone else's theology. I don't mean that we're all going to think the same way. I mean, we will grow as people because of these relationships. We will learn where it is that we want to give up a little something for someone else's joy. We will learn how to simply listen deeply to those who are different from us. I was looking at this article that I read a couple years ago, shortly after the election of 2016, which was titled, "How to Survive Thanksgiving with Your Family After the Election." And in this post, there was a story. Someone wrote, "Well, someone was ranting about their experiences with something or other in a way that was really shutting down conversation. And I witnessed my friend say very calmly to this person, 'I believe you. And my experience is very different.' And then my friend proceeded to give a couple of examples. The other person responded so much more openly and calmly than they had been before. I just thought that 'I believe you' was so powerful, especially as an example of how we would like others to respond to us. I believe you. It doesn't mean I feel exactly the same. It doesn't mean I have that experience. It doesn't mean, oh yes, I'm going to do it your way and only your way. It means I witness you as a person. I believe you when you tell me about your life. I think we can find ways to bridge the gap between us, to find what we have in common and to respect what is different. We can sit down together like Christians and pagans and say, these are the different ways we make light in the darkness. So we are going to be practicing this as a congregation, because this year we are going to have a conversation about how we make light in the darkness in our Christmas Eve service. If you have that lyric sheet with the Christians and the pagans, you will notice on the back there is a letter from me and your governing board letting you know that we would like you to really reflect this year, if you are here with us for Christmas Eve, on how it is that the light is meaningful to you. We are having conversations bubble up about electric candles and wax candles and which ones make the most sense to create a Christmas Eve that lets us all touch those Christmas gifts of hope and peace and joy and love, and a Christmas Eve that is safe for everyone who participates of every age. So we are asking that this holiday season and this Christmas Eve, that you think about that, all the different ways we make light together, all the different things that we do to bring joy to each other. And in January, we will gather to discuss how we can best do that together going forward. Because this has not changed in the 3 years since I read this article about how to share Thanksgiving with a family with a broad range of experiences. To live in this country now, we have to practice being able to listen to each other across difference, being able to respect each other, being able to say, I believe you, being able to say, in fact, I'm going to give up a little bit of what I want for the sake of your joy. These practices have only become more necessary in these years. So we will undertake them together. May it be so. Now I would like to invite you to